to be just the grunge workers.
Yes.
That is there 80%.
Yes.
Some of the top leadership also has
Yes.
to be Kenyans also.
Yes. Yes.
Because what happens, as we've seen with some of the Chinese companies,
Yes.
they will take people from the local community, grunge worker, pay them maybe surviving wages,
Right.
and then give all of the choice appointments and position to Chinese and to whatever other country they come from.
Right.
Yes.
We want our people to be integrated across the full spectrum, from the bottom line
Yes.
Right,
to the top line.
Yeah.
We want, that's what we want to see.
And then
That's great. And it's funny you're saying that, but it's literally cutting across every industry. Like I'm in the fashion industry as well. And in fashion, most of the successful, luxurious made in Kenya brands are all foreign owned. And it's just like, is it even Kenyan?
Yeah.
Is it really?
yeah. You see. Look at Kenya.
Right.
If you go to a country like I want to give an example. I was watching another documentary from North Korea. People hate that president of North Korea because they know that guy is not a good guy.
No nonsense.
Dear leader on
Kim
Kim
Jong-un.
But do you know? I was watching another documentary about
the little man.
about North Korea.
Yeah.
That guy was going to an extent of printing fake dollars in Congo just to make sure that he raises money to support his people.
Right.
Whoa.
You see, when you are president, you become like the father of the nation.
Right.
You have to protect your own people.
Right.
That is what you need to do. Look at electricity bill.
Right.
These people, all the manufacture, they use a lot of electricity. What are you going to do to make sure that you lower the prices of electricity? Right now, they have raised the prices of electricity. Now, do you know who are suffering? Those are Kenyans.
Right.
And one thing that I can say is that Kenyans are very hardworking.
They are. Yeah.
Very hardworking.
Good people.
The moment,
Good people.
we help even the middle class, these people with the owners of these small companies,
Right.
they will be able to employ the people on the bottom.
Right.
That is what we need to do.
No, this is
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
This is very good. I think. Thank you actually for looking to that camera and making that statement about some of the challenging issues, persistent challenging issues, and I think that if we can fix some of this problem, because we've had many conversations about young people graduating from school, not being able to find job,
Right.
and so they join the unemployed, number of the unemployed. And the next year, more people graduate, no job. And there needs to be an end to that.
Right. And
There
also
needs
just
to be
young
some
people
solution.
graduating, having all these qualifications, being skilled, and then you're being told, bring me 2 million shillings, a job is yours.
Bribery.
You know, and you're just like, this person is a graduate. Where are they supposed to get 2 million shillings? You've got people doing contributions in Harambe's for 2 million. And this person's probably going to get paid 20,000.
Right.
When will they possibly see that 2 million? I mean, the culture of the employers also has to change, you know.
Well, is it the employer or the culture? Because this is not just with that employer. This is woven into the very fabric now of the Kenyan culture.
Right, that the
We
what's
have
in it for me.
normalized- Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what the chai culture. You know, and so we've done a video on that before. The idea that somebody will come and they say, well, we don't have the money. Maybe a young lady that's 19, 20, 23.
Right.
And some guy, old guy says, well, if you can't pay in cash, then maybe I'll take it in kind. What you
Right.
want that young lady to do?
Literally lose her dignity to get
Sacrifice
and you know
humanity.
it's become so popular that, you know, these are things that used to be done like in hidden rooms,
Yeah.
but now it's like
all over the
topic of
place.
discussion in my village. I've got my my uncle, I hope you're not watching this, but it's Christmas, we're all together, the entire family, my cousins, my relatives, and all of that, and he's proudly saying how we paid for him to get a job, we paid for her to get a job. It's like
It's
the
not about
norm.
your education or what.
It's insane.
You know,
We
let
need
me
to change
let me
that.
let me tell you,
I'm interested in solution, though. I want
let
to
me
know
let,
what
let me
can the
let me tell
government
let me
do
let me
to
let me tell you.
address
I want
this
to
issue.
let me tell you.
Okay.
The biggest mistake
Yeah,
that the current government made,
right.
and this one is going to cost them. We have jobs for politicians, and we have jobs for professionals. What this government has done, the government has decided to reward the royal people with professional jobs. They will not deliver. Politicians are very arrogant. Having a CS, a PS as a politician,
Right.
this is somebody who is looking for money to go and campaign. He will not care about the quality of job or any professional.
Right.
We should make sure that we should change our system.
Right.
Now they are trying to make sure that they fire the people that used to work with the other government. They fired the CS, they fired the PS. Now they want to fire the CAS.
Are they like political appointees?
And they are going to reward politicians.
No, but are they firing the political appointees or they're firing the professional people?
They are firing both because you see, but the biggest problem that they're having,
Yeah.
if you go to a president right now,
Right.
there are so many people who supported him. And he has to reward them. If he will not reward them, these people will not support him 2027.
Right.
But now the biggest challenge that he's making, this guy, he's rewarding politicians, some of them who don't even have any knowledge in those fields with those jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I want to tell you something. I had gone for governorship of Vihiga. And for a change to be made,
Right.
there's sacrifice. You see, for you, you are alone. You want to go to town.
Right.
Just because you can afford a car for 1 million or 300,000, you want to create traffic jam. I want to help you as a government to save money. Instead of you fueling your car 1,000 going or 1,000 coming back, you want to spend parking 3,000. We have public vehicle.
Right.
Very neat public vehicle. Use a public vehicle, go to town, come back.
Right.
You save traffic because you see what we are trying to do. We want to reduce that traffic from town.
Right. Right.
Not each and every person who can afford a car, who can afford 300,000, he wants to drive a car to town. Those are some of the sacrifices that the government has. It's happening in other countries.
Right. And God knows that Kenya has got traffic problem.
That is
Major
I
traffic
mean,
problem.
even if you look at like the presidential escort and things like that, like Western countries don't even do that. But here, the police has got to be on the walkie-talkie from miles and miles away, stop everybody so the president can pass. It's just insanity.
Right.
Yeah.
If I want to go to town, I always use Uber. Because
Me too.
parking is an
Me too.
parking is an issue. There are so many. If I want to leave my house, I go here.
Yeah.
I'll walk
Yeah.
because it's a walking distance.
Yeah. Plus of the health benefit.
The
of
health
walking.
benefit.
Yeah, of course.
You see, we have to change. You see, Kenyans, if you go to this developed country, you meet with somebody, they tell you this is a governor.
Yeah.
You won't even
Cycling.
believe. Yeah, cycling or just even walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't understand. You want to make sure that you want just to move from there to here.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that you have a big car, you are going to create traffic, and you're not even going far.
Yeah.
Those are some of the things you see in this country. There are so many things. And another thing about our country, I know they are planning to sell Kenya Airways.
No way.
Yes.
Let's buy it.
Kenya Airways right now as we are speaking.
I think we should buy Kenya Airways and keep it within Kenya.
You see,
Is that right?
an airline
Yeah.
is not about, it's not about making profit.
Yeah. It's about flying the flag of the country.
Yes.
And yeah.
So they think because they have been pumping billions of shillings in Kenya Airways, if you go to Dubai, the moment they sell Emirates Airline, those hotel industry, they will not have clients.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So one thing that I should advise the leaders in the system,
Yeah.
although I'll go for business. You know, the way businessmen reason
Yeah.
is not the way politicians reason.
Right, of course.
Business people are very smart. You know, sometimes, let me tell you something. There are those days that I'm in my office
Yeah.
and I'm thinking about how I will be able to raise salary for my employee, not even about myself.
Yeah.
It's really, really tough.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's end month.
Mm.
People are waiting for salary. You have so many employees and you don't have money.
Mm.
You're thinking on how they'll get the salaries, someone's benefit, whatever, and you don't have money.
Right.
Giving those kind of leadership to a business person, he will have a very good plan.
Yeah. Creative way to solve the problem.
I've met so many governors because I do consultant to some of them, even right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that they are unable to pay the employees.
Unable to.
They are unable to pay them.
Why is that?
I also want to ask you a very simple question.
No, me.
I want to ask you so that you can, I want to ask you.
I thought I was asking the
tables
question.
are turning.
So the
I
tables
want to
are
ask you a
turning on
simple
me.
question.
Okay.
We have hospitals.
Yeah.
You are the owner of a hospital.
Right.
You don't get anything from the government. There's no single coin that you make from the government. Yet, you are able to save, you are able to pay your employees, and you're also able to buy medicine stock. But look at the government, the governors. They are saying, unless the government give them money, they cannot even pay those nurses and doctors. Yet, services there are not free. And they are given they are given medicine, they are given what, and still they're struggling.
They can pay.
Wow.
Because of corruption.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the biggest problem.
And so, are there laws that can hold these corrupt people accountable? I mean, I know that there are a few anti-corruption laws, but are they working? And why aren't they working?
Yeah. On that one, I've seen a big old building, real fancy building that says it's an anti-corruption commission. I've driven by it. What are those guys doing? With the level of corruption in this country?
The problem is it's not even in this country, it's all over Africa.
True, but we're talking about Kenya for now.
What happened?
Yeah.
Every time you get yourself into a problem, you have a room to negotiate with those guys. And
with the commission.
Yes. They'll ask you how much you have. They're the most corrupt.
Yeah.
Really?
Ask her. She's a Kenyan.
It's true. It's true. And I think that's where principles come in, we should have principled people.
I can tell you something.
Yeah.
There's a time that there's another professor called Professor Lumumba. I don't know whether you know
Pierre
him.
Lumumba.
He's a very smart guy.
Wow, Jones. Congratulations.
No, I know him. I've actually communicated to Pierre Lumumba. And Pierre Lumumba, if you're watching this podcast, my name is JOfuasia. I wrote to you because I wanted to meet you. I'm glad that you talked about that. I still want to meet you. I think that you're a pretty smart guy. So JOfuasia Media on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Reach out to me. We'll talk. I want to actually bring him here to dialogue.
Let me tell you something about the professor. The professor, he's a professor, a smart guy, and a principled guy. He was
from the University of Nairobi Law School.
He was given an opportunity
to
be the head of anti-corruption. But something happened because he was very straight. He was kicked out.
He fled the country for a while.
Yes, because you see, the cartels realized this guy is going to finish us. So they even wanted to kill him.
Really?
Yes. So he had to run away. So they want somebody that they can be able to work with.
To manipulate.
Yes. So that is the biggest problem that we're having.
Wow.
We don't want those smart brains. That's all I'm telling you.
But that's really unfair because we have a lot of innocent people in prison. If you leave alone the innocent, we have petty thieves. We've got people who stole chickens in prison for 5 years, for crying out loud. And politicians who are stealing billions and billions of shillings, like walking scot-free. That's barbaric.
I want to give...
And look at South Africa. I mean, Jacob Zuma was put behind bars for corruption. We need to emulate South Africa and put everybody to the same law. It doesn't matter how big you are, how much money you have, what status of power you have. Do you ever think that Kenya will get there, or do you think that this is going to be our perpetual doom?
Right. I want to give you some good news about it.
Okay.
And we definitely want some good news.
So all this grim.
One thing that I can tell you is that it's a matter of time. All these people are trying to steal from the government. they are going to face it.
Mm.
I'm telling you the truth.
Mm.
And one thing that I can tell you is that this is a message that I'm sending to the president.
Mm-hmm.
The people he thinks that are around him, the people that he thinks now we can eat with these people, they are the same people.
We're going to turn him in.
They'll turn against him.
Mm.
Wow.
So everything that he do,
Mm.
let him make sure that he do the right thing.
Mm.
Because where we are going,
Mm.
I can tell you for sure,
Mm.
by 2027,
Mm.
things will be different. Don't think that
We
people are saying
Yeah.
that but if Ruto defeated the system,
Mm-hmm.
if President Ruto defeated the system, then 2027 it will be automatic. It's not like it doesn't. In politics, doesn't work like that.
Okay.
A day in politics
Right.
is like an.
I mean, there's also politics, and then there's also just like the hand of God in all of this.
Yeah.
So there's a Swahili saying, my Swahili is bad, but siku za mwizi ni
Yeah,
arobaini.
yes.
So it means a thief has 40 days. When the 40 days come, so hopefully God will also have a part to play in all of this and just change the mentality of Kenyans.
And what I can tell you,
Right.
the common
Mm.
wananchi,
The common citizen.
yes,
I am a wananchi.
that person,
That's right.
he will never side with the government,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Right.
And those are the people who will decide whether he will be in the office or not.
Right.
There are so many promises that he have put in place.
It's true.
So many promises. People are ready. They want to receive from him.
Mm.
And let me tell you the
Do you
truth.
think it's going to come true?
No, he's not even.
No, let me tell you the reason why the biggest mistake that he made is giving politicians those opportunities, rewarding those. It's not bad. You can give them like CAS, but PS, whatever. I was with one of my professor. I won't mention. He's a politician, and he used to be my professor. He's the one who was handling my marketing, and we were discussing with him. And
Wow.
I realized that the guy was asking me, "How comes I'm the one who taught you,
Mm.
and you are doing very well in business, more than me?"
Mm.
And I had some product in Vietnam that I wanted to bring in Kenya. I told him, I want to give you a business opportunity. This is how much you are going to make. I gave him all the business proposal. I told him, buy this product, do distribution in Kenya. Then the guy started asking me some very funny question. He told me, this product is not known in Kenya.
Mm.
This product for me to bring, I have to invest money on marketing. The reason why our people are not making in life,
Right.
they don't want to take risk.
Mm.
That is the biggest problem.
Right.
Nobody wants to take the risk.
They want to take the shillings.
And the reason why this young generation
Yeah.
are not making money
Yeah.
is because they're waiting for white collar job.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It wasn't that what we're talking with one girl about?
Yeah.
How she herself, the lady we interviewed before
Right.
you came in,
Mm-hmm.
she sat there and told me when she moved to Kenya, she looked at the news, looked at the newspaper, looked at whatever, and got troubled by the
Yeah.
state of things.
Mm.
And so that trouble became for her a burden, which became for her a vision. And now she's now a social media influencer speaking about
right, and a broadcaster for
Yeah.
African diaspora, even though she's got background in business and marketing.
right.
She didn't even follow that.
Yeah.
She just created the opportunity for herself practically.
Right.
These
Yeah.
are
Which is really good.
Especially,
Yeah.
Which
especially,
is really good.
especially with the social media. There are those young artists. If you get a young artist and he tells you that I've done very good stuff, but unfortunately, I'm unable to send my clip to the media,
Right.
know that person has a mental problem. Because if you look at that clip,
mental problem.
that clip from Vida,
Yeah.
that clip,
Yeah.
do you know what happened? I was talking to that guy and he told me he gave that song.
Yeah.
Somebody came and somebody had a wedding and he wanted something to play. So the guy gave him the clip. It started hitting from, if the moment you have good stuff,
Right.
nowadays we have social media,
Right.
it will pick.
Yeah.